are way too stupid to understand what you're getting yourselves into. This time, you've done it! Now you're on my time, you little skunk! Give me the crystals!
So, we face Dr. Entropy, and the way he attacks is very, very scary indeed. He will shoot a laser blast at you firstly, and then do this move, which I like to call the photocopier attack. Seriously, all you need to do is jump over the blast, and there you go. And then you have to jump over the platforms to actually do some damage to the Master of Time. So, yeah. As for the second phase, he will shoot out 2 laser blasts. One will be a little higher. In the original game, that was nigh on impossible to avoid. In this one, not so much, it seems. Seriously, I actually had an easier time beating Entropy than in my original runs on Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped. So yeah, again, you can indeed duck under them, or indeed trick Entropy into actually launching his blast towards the side, in which case then you can jump out of the way. So yeah, because there's no, well, there is a way of actually falling off from the edges of the platform you're on, but not easily. So yeah, eventually what can happen is that Entropy can actually recover, which is not great. And apparently we get a new move here, which is probably one of my favorites, the Death Tornado Spin. So if you press the square button repeatedly, you will be able to spin multiple more times, I think. So yeah.
You insignificant morons! By defeating Entropy, you have placed us all in grave danger!
Crash, Coco, you must realize that this time twister machine is very delicate. Without Dr. Entropy's constant care and control, who knows what it will do?
Okay then, so I guess we've done with the second or third warp room actually. So yeah, so you've beaten Dr. Entropy and indeed got most of them. And yes, I got the red one off screen for some reason, but yeah. The way you actually, because what happened is the recording for Deep Trouble was not great at all, seriously. It messed up, basically, and I didn't even realise until it was too late. So, yeah, basically what you have to do to get the red gem in Deep Trouble is to actually find, there is an exclamation box, which is on the upper area, and then take a, and then backtrack through most of the level towards where the X unfilled box, I guess, is, and pretty much blow that thing up because it's a TNT box, and you can't get the gem without destroying it and then just following the path that way. So yeah, and it is not easy to get at all, is the red gems. Yeah, I had quite a time doing it in both versions of Crash 3, let me tell you. So yeah, I'm going to leave this level in because, well, I want to anyway, for posterity's sake. There are a lot more traps in Deep Trouble than there were in Under Pressure, for example. And there are a lot more of these turbines. I don't know if we came across them in, I don't think we did actually in Under Pressure. So yeah, sometimes what I find annoying about those turbines is that sometimes you don't even know you've been sucked up into one until it's too late. Seriously, which is very annoying indeed. Yeah. So yeah, I'm sorry that I don't show off me getting the red gem, but as I say, it was somewhat unavoidable. I should have really checked my capture device. That probably just started recording HD games or games in HD. And besides that, I can't really use my dazzle to record something like Crash 3. You can see there to the right is the unfilled box. So yeah, so we have to, so we would have to find the exclamation box up here in this area, and then go all the way back through here. And yes, we have to brave all the thing as well. So yeah, and you can't always rely on the submersible. You can though destroy the puffer fish if you wish, because that will help. The submersible, I guess, does help as well, because it's usually the torpedoes it launches do travel maybe not very far, but enough to actually get rid of most of the enemies at least. So that isn't too bad. So yeah, I initially, when I was doing Crash 3 on the PS1, what I would sometimes do is actually press the circle button to make Crash go faster. Again, that isn't easy really, but there it is. There's the exclamation box, so you would have to go back to actually get the red gem. I'm going to go down that pathway because you need to go that way anyway to get the box gem in addition to the red gem. If you want to know why I'm not destroying the nitros, it is because that is where the green exclamation box is to detonate all of the nitros in the levels. So yeah, so I want to be careful here. I don't want to lose the submersible. No, I don't, because what can happen, and I'm glad I actually managed to use the turbo boost on the submersible correctly. There's still the matter of these annoying eels, of course. Okay, so yeah, let's just say we're going to go to the fourth warp room, which is defended by Dr. Engine. Of course, we already dealt with Engine in Crash 2, but he got this one. This one has 2 Egyptian levels, and the first of the plane levels. So yeah, and also the first future level, Future Frenzy, and the last, jet ski level, Tell No Tales. So I'm not going to do the jet ski level. Sorry, I'm not. No. And I'll go over Bye Bye Blimps a little later. It is rather interesting how this level is done in N Sane Trilogy, though. But anyway, let's go to the first futuristic level, Future Frenzy. And this was a favourite of mine in the original PS1 version. I still like it in N Sane Trilogy. The only difference is the music does take somewhat of a hit. I don't know why, I just don't like the composition as much as in the original, seriously. But yeah, I'm playing this level with Coco because I wanted to, and she probably controls pretty well. So yeah, I don't want to go near you. No, I do not. So be careful, slide jump, and there we go. So not too bad. I'm going to get those, and there we go indeed. A nice one up. Slide. And we'll get rid of these things. Now, the annoying thing about these camera bots, they've been upgraded since Crash 1. Seriously, their barrier will immediately, well, to borrow from Tron, de-res you, seriously. And the same happens with those force fields that are generated there, seriously. All in all, though, still a very tough level. Yeah, seriously. And yeah, we will be getting an item which is probably so OP in both versions of the game that, yeah, when you beat Engine, that it really does kill the game somewhat. Seriously. But, that being said, yeah, the annoying thing, I think, about the future levels, and more specifically Future Frenzy, is that the placement of the nitros can be of real annoyance here. Seriously, because you saw there when I was getting those other boxes, there was one nitro box and it jumped really high. I could have easily died to that. Seriously, I could have easily died. So yeah, this is also one of those levels that switches between 2D and 3D rather effortlessly. Again, you see it on the PS1. So that being said, there's a checkpoint, and then we have the Cortex minions inside their UFOs. They come in two varieties. Ones that just hover around, and these ones that hover a little higher and operate tractor beams, which will suck Crash or Coco up, which is not great. And oh boy, the turtles have received an upgrade. Yes, I didn't even realize they were the turtles, but yeah, they are. If you spin them, well, I'm not sure. If you sometimes, I don't know what happens, but you will actually see them fall on their back, like the turtles in Crash 2. So yeah, I think it's with the thing you get, which I will show off in a later level, the second of the original future levels in Crash 3. I say original, and apparently I get a thing. I believe that's for using the Death Tornado spin with Coco. Yes, apparently it's called the Hurricane Tornado spin with Coco. Yes, seriously. The placement of those robotic turtles is very annoying, of course, because they are located after those rather wobbly platforms, which when they turn red, they turn sideways, and you can't get on them. Think of them, I like to think of them as akin to the swirling platforms from the likes of the Great Gate and the Native Fortress, except they turn on their own, of course. So here is the bonus stage. So let's have a look, shall we? Yeah, because this is going to be a long one, folks. Seriously. So let's double jump and get them. And then, yeah, this one makes use of both the double jump and the Death Tornado spin. So a double jump, you can do a Death Tornado spin. It can be a bit unwieldy at times, however, because of how it's actually done in game. I sometimes like to do a sliding jump. Of course, it doesn't always work, but yeah, it's there, I guess. And of course, oh, don't get me started on some of how you get the hidden gems for these levels, because one of them is likewise with Hang 'em High, only located after you get a certain number of relics in game. So yeah, I will go over the relics a little later because, as I say, yeah, thankfully the controls are pretty good in N Sane Trilogy, so that isn't too bad. So yeah, you can easily get a fair few lives back in the bonus stages in the futuristic levels as well. And I just love the whole setting of the thing. Kind of reminds me a bit of maybe a cross between Blade Runner and The Fifth Element, if you ask me. So yeah. And at the end of there is the crystal, and thank goodness, as I say, at least there was a checkpoint. I was going to say that the I can speak now. No, it's gone. Oh yes, the bonus stages act as checkpoints, but I didn't need to say that because I hit a checkpoint after that. Seriously, I cannot get that one nitro there. It is very annoying. Very, very annoying. I suppose I could jump on top of them. Why don't I do that? Seriously, I have not tried that. Have Coco jump off it and do a double jump in midair to make sure she clears the nitro crate, and then pretty much does that. Again, the Death Tornado spin is also useful for getting over those stupid camera bots that were so prevalent in, well, they're a lot more deadlier than they were in the generator room in Crash 1. And also, I guess, also the machinery levels, heavy machinery, and castle machinery. So yeah, we cannot get all of the boxes either, so I guess we'll get the box gem later. So until then, I will see you later. Goodbye!